All right, wonderful people, welcome back to this wonderful channel where we bring you back-to-back updates and information as it is hot. In case you have not joined our social media handle, what are you waiting for? Kindly go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, share, and also remember to on your notification button so that whenever our news drop, you go be the first. We'll collect them. Let's go down to the news proper as it is hot. It don't share today in the land of the indigenous people of Biafra. Meanwhile, before I'll bring you waiting to happen for the land, make I carry you go for the land of Anambra. Of course, you know, say that place still be Biafra land because Okuko Yara Ponkom Geniko Geji years yeah. As it is, workers today will be said them day for Anambra State don't enter for 7-day strike. Oh. They say Soludo, no, the Solo them with you they again. Say as they themselves will go for strike because they believe say waiting the government they do this time say they know to understand them and so they don't plunge into strike for the workers will be said in day for Anambra State. And I kind of wonder what is Professor Soludo doing? What has been his stake in this present government in making sure that his administration is well galvanized and also that his administration favors the people of Anambra State. I've had a lot of people complaining that they are actually disappointed with the government of Chukwuma Charles Soludo because they thought that he was going to use his professorship as a professor, as a learned man, you know, to be able to galvanize and fix Anambra State. But as it is, there has been a lot of complaint. Even as of today, the issue of hoodlum, the issue of stealing, Anambra now has turned back to the days of Derrico and the days of Chejina. So more like the days of Chejina and other notorious men who lived in Anambra State. Those days are the early 90s, from 1991, 92, and the rest of them. Anambra has turned back to its primitive stage again. And I am wondering, what is this government actually doing? Look at Abia State. OT has not been up to a year in office and a lot of things has been done. A lot of roads have been fixed and the rest of them. And this will tell you that this is a governor who came in because he has the people at heart and he wants to make sure that his people are better. Now let's go down to the full detail of what is happening in Anambra State. As it be, Anambra workers issue 7-day strike notice. Members of the organized labor in Anambra State, comprising of the Nigeria Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congress, have issued a 7-day ultimatum to the state governor, Professor Chukwuma Soludo, to address issues of worker welfare in the state. In a joint communique signed by the leader of the two labor unions, Humphrey Nwafo, NLC, and Chris Obonna, TUC, on Wednesday, the group said failure to address their demands may jeopardize the existing industrial peace and harmony in the state. They described the contributory pension scheme in the state as a scam, noting that workers' salaries are being deducted without counterpart remittance from the government, and retired workers could not access part of the salaries deducted. They pointed out that deductions since 2018 were kept in government cover without the constitution of the board to regulate the activities of the pension fund administrators. The workers therefore demanded the immediate suspension of deduction of the contributory pension scheme from workers' salaries and immediate refund of those monies deducted from workers' salaries. They further called for the immediate dissolution of the All Microfinance Board for alleged engaging in inhuman and fraudulent activities. It said the organized labor frowned at inhuman and fraudulent activities going on the All Microfinance Bank. The organized labor therefore demand for immediate dissolution of the All Microfinance Board and call on government to set up a panel to investigate the activities of the bank, which are not limited to monies deducted from workers' salary for recapitalization, non-remittance of shares accused to workers of Anambra State, etc. The organized labor viewed the non-constitution of Civil Service Commission as negligence and deliberate act by the government to destabilize the system and instigate workers from being promoted and have access from other entitlements. Therefore, Labour demands immediate constitution of all boards that are due for the constitution to enable workers to have access to their rights and privilege. The organized Labour demand for the immediate appointment of permanent secretary for smooth running and administration of civil service. The organized Labour feel disappointed over the sudden removal of the 12,000 wage award by Anambra state government, even when the hunger and hardship in the land persist. The organized Labour expect the government of Anambra state to emulate her counterparts in the federation who are putting measures to cushion the effects of excruciating pain by providing palliative and upward review of the removed wage award to our workers and sustain the payment till the full implementation of the new minimum wage commence. The Labour leaders also call for the immediate appointment of permanent secretary for the smooth running and administration of the civil service, noting that the non-appointment of permanent secretaries for 2 years and the use of 3 permanent secretaries in running 22 MDAs were an act of insensitivity on the part of the state government to advancement of the workers' welfare and growth. In view of the above issues raised, the organized Labour demanded that the issues be resolved within 7 days from today, and after the expiration, if their demand is not met, the organized Labour will not guarantee industrial peace and harmony in Anambra State. And my people, I don't see as the shell. This one they happen for Anambra State, where a professor is the governor of the state, and of course you can see that it is coming to the notice of everybody that the government has not been able to implement the process of permanent secretary so that there will be a smooth running of the government. In the whole of Anambra State, it is only 3 permanent secretaries that are working, and I am asking, why are things like this? Somebody will be begging, vote to Elonum, vote to Elonum. We are going to make the country better. We are going to make the state better. And when these things happen, you will find out that these people will become what is called a pit to swallow the people's revenue, the government revenue, the workers' revenue. After work, after a government worker, a civil servant retires, he is entitled to pension. These pensions are not even coming from the federal government or the state government. These are monies deducted from this civil servant salary every month. And this deduction is the plan of the government in order to be able to sustain this civil servant when he gets old, when he will not be able to work again. And you see that after these stipends are being deducted from this worker's salary, by the end of their civil service, to pay this money is war. You see, you go to the pension office, you see some of these people carrying catheter, you see some carrying bandage, you see all manner of old people who are old enough to just sit at home and be receiving their money. But these things are not coming forth, and you'll be wondering, what kind of a country and state is this? Where things are not organized. Vote to Elum, vote to Elum, vote to Elum, vote to Elum. They don't vote for you. You want to use the people and be playing. Meanwhile, I go say, make una know say, the government still there for the hand of the people. One thing I know be say, it gets one day where we say everybody go tire for this country where they call Niger, and waiting go see now waiting they call break and quench. You know, shall as it be for Enugu, one businessman don't they cry as the government of Enugu State demolish multi-million naira restaurant for that side where we say they call Enugu State, and we come the one that say waiting they happen. They say they no. I say me I go put head there. Make I fit show you waiting they happen for that side. And if you see this kind of restaurant where we say the government demolish, you go they start to they cry. And a restaurant where we say water they come out from the body. That water where they come out from the body no be quack job. When I just design where engineer give the work. I say waiting they cause all this demolition these days. If you go to Lagos State demolition, you go to Anambra State demolition, you go to Enugu State demolition. The reason is that we are putting into government greedy politicians. Politicians who uses their office to collect the good things in the country. I could still remember about 8 years ago when Rocha Sokorocha was the governor of Imo State. He took all the land that are well positioned. Hope Uzodinma came in. relocated the zoo, the Imo State Zoo that have been engrafted in the geographical history of Imo State. He moved that zoo, and that place is about to be sold, and nobody is saying anything. What kind of politicians do we have? Politicians that when they enter into the office, their subjects will not be able to will not even be able to cough out anything. Now, you look at the issue of the presidency and the rest of them, you find out that a Nigeria political system, even though we are practicing what is called a presidential system of government, and they imagine it with parliamentary system, because if you look at Nigerian constitution and their way of politics, you find out that this is a merge of American and British politics. They merge these things together in order to be able to, control the affairs of the government. But 1999, everything, the constitution was diluted. And somebody will be asking, why are Ndigbo advocating for Biafra? Why is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu saying that what we need now is Biafra? Why is Simon Ekpa saying that what we need now is Biafra? Because Kanu has sat down well and has looked at the activities of this nation and what the government are up to, and he has given what is called a prophecy, and if I should also call it a forecast, because he saw the future, and everything is playing out as it should be, as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has prophesied it. And somebody is saying that Kanu is not a good person. Meanwhile, as they say, Army Navy don't kill 5 IPOB fighters for Imo State too. And Army people, now then they report this one. Say Army people, they report the woto way they give. But the woto way they collect, they agree report that one. Of course, as they be, they try to protect their interests, make their boys, may fear no enter their belly. Say if they go to war, they use fear to go to war. So they waiting Army people they avoid. But meanwhile, Army people they collect woto from the Biafra Liberation Army. If you don't know that one, as they say the personnel of the Nigerian Army and the Nigerian Navy have killed 5 fighters of the indigenous people of Biafra during a gun battle that occurred at Ejemekuru in Oguta local government area of Imo State. The encounter with IPOB fighters is coming a few days after a fierce gun duel between the troops and IPOB fighters occurred in Osun local government area of the state. The troops spied an IPOB fighter in the operation and recovered 3 improvised explosive devices, 1 Toyota Highlander SUV, 1 Hilux vehicle, 8 rounds of 7.62 mm special ammunition, among others from their hideout. This one, they come from Energy Army, and the report will be said that they give. But say these days, anybody with Army catch na IPOB. So if they go, make you try day well, because may they no use you count scores. Meanwhile, the people will be demand the Biafra liberation of army, where then they serve, go even fit see them, because those boys are waiting they call Janjaros. If I should put it that way. If you hear Janjaros, just know those things are those boys. They even disappear, they appear, they do plenty things. Meanwhile, now here I got to wind down the curtain, and if this is your first time of joining us on this wonderful channel, kindly go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, share, and also remember to on your notification button so that whenever our news drop, you could be the first. We'll collect them. Thank you for listening. God bless you, mama.